Jose Maria, and I'm very glad to have you here, and we really appreciate all the group. So the participation of Royda, KAMPABA, who is just beside me. Then we have also Theresa of OFOEGBU, and Samuel is here with us. So Royda today is going to present the Learning as Connection in Science Teacher Education, a case for mainstreaming societal issues into science teacher education courses. She's right now an invited scholar in the University of León, and she's helping us in the primer Ecuador project in the research program we are deploying to implement some research instruments and methodology to see how the learning ecologies are being developed in our case, and we are planning also to apply to other scenarios in Africa. So both of them, so today Royda and tomorrow Theresa, they are going to show us two approximations to a couple of problems we are dealing with. And today Royda is going to talk us about her experience where she has developed an interesting result. So thank you very much. So Royda,
what is my...
you want to show the presentation?
Yes.
Okay. So I have to share the presentation is here. So she's going to make a presentation. Oops.
Good evening. I'm presenting.
Mauricio, can you turn off your microphone? Mauricio.
It's closed.
Okay.
Okay. I'm presenting a research that we did at the Copperbelt University with my colleague. The title is Learning in Science Teacher Education, a case for mainstreaming societal issues into science teacher education courses. Societal issues, they go beyond environmental issues. They cover quality and relevance of science education. And learning as connection implies to include culture, the local context of where the students live, and the practices such as health education, life skills, and citizenship practices. But to acquire quality and relevance of science education, it requires change in teaching approaches. In the same line, UNCTAD Declaration 2007 of United Nations suggested that transformation and pedagogy is needed in science education, and predicts that learning science in contexts which entails addressing personal needs, addressing societal issues, and orienting learners for science technology related careers. In the same vein, the Bonn Declaration supports it, says, supports the incorporation of sustainable development issues through the development of effective pedagogical approaches, teacher education, teaching practice, curricula, and learning materials. To reorient curriculum and teacher education programs in order to integrate sustainable development issues. Promote evidence-informed policy dialogue on sustainable development, drawing upon relevant research, monitoring, and evaluation strategies, and the sharing and recognition of good practices. The purpose and significance of the research was science in context, simply meaning learning as connection, making it feasible for students to connect their learning to real life. And for us to evaluate how mainstreaming sustainability into university mathematics and science education courses improves their quality. And to explore how mainstreaming may be achieved for this university science teacher education course to have impact and relevance in respect of high school science education. Our research questions that we looked at were how sustainability or civic issues featured or not featured in national education policies and science syllabus, and in the university teaching methods course. What are mathematics and science education students' perceptions on mainstreaming sustainable issues into their university courses? The method that we carried out was a case study at the Copperbelt University in Zambia. We had 54 students of Bachelor of Science. All were taking teaching methods, and we used a questionnaire, focus interview were conducted. We also analyzed the Zambian education policy to see if there are any societal issues that were stipulated there, and we found them. Some of them, the nature of democracy in Zambia, participation in civil life, respect for life, sexual integrity of others, maintaining human and personal well-being managing, control issues, respect for the environment, understanding of the pervasiveness, causes, and human dimensions of poverty, and positive use of leisure. We found, a secondary school analysis syllabus, when we looked at it, we found that there was environmental education, gender, equity, health education, HIV/AIDS, family life education, human rights, democracy, and reproductive health, population education, entrepreneurship, vocational skills, life values, and education. The results that we got, the students' response to inclusion of sustainability issues in their courses were that 75% agreed that they should be included, and mostly in the education courses, which are teaching methods, principles of education, and research methods. Below 69%, they rejected the inclusion of these issues in science courses, and at least about 48 agreed for physics, and only biology got about 68% in relating to interdependence and diversity. And we asked the students to give us their perspective of sustainable development knowledge, if they know anything. They gave us interdependence of society and life, and it came as one of the most important. The second one was limited earth resources. It came last. Biological, social, and cultural diversity was number 3. Role of rights and responsibilities, number 6. Role of equity, number 5. But all of them, they say they should be under education courses, and few in natural sciences and mathematics. Rights of future generation was the first one, as the most important one, at 81.5%, at 90.7%. And participation in initiatives to eradicate hunger and poverty came number 3 out of the 10 issues that they suggested. We asked them to tell us the competences that they will receive if we integrate social issues into their courses. They were arranged according to the first one, to the most important. Said connecting different issues affecting society. You get that skill. Recognizing and solving issues, cooperation and consensus in decision making, cooperation in decision making, respect of power diversity, thinking critically beyond making systems and products less sustainable, thinking to create sustainable systems and products. Then concerning proposed teaching approaches, these 8 approaches were rated important for university courses by at least 75%. The highest was storytelling, drama, poetry, music, or dance to raise relevant sustainable issues. Research methods came second, 60%, while fieldwork and research projects in the community were considered for chemistry and biology and got 40%. And the lowest ranked approaches were critical media analysis and use of media technology. Overall results. This study demonstrates that social scientific issues are salient in education policies in Zambia. High school chemistry and university teaching methods syllabi do not carry sustainable issues, content, and change-oriented teaching and learning approaches. And students anticipate that integration of such issues would enhance the relevance of their courses. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. So then we can open a space for discussion. That was perfectly fitting time. We were much worse, so starting actually. So because of the technical issues. So, do you want to open? So making some.
That's a beautiful presentation, and from all indication, it does appear the research is a case study. And looking at the population, 54 students, does that make up the entire science students, or you did a random sampling?
Entire science students, third-year students at that time, 154.
Okay, since that's the entire population, another thing I was thinking is you looked at the science content and then try to link it up with the curriculum from the government. Is that what you did? Yes. Okay, that's good. And the findings, were you able to push up the findings to the government, those that draw the curriculum?
We pushed our results to the curriculum developers in Zambia, and this year we're starting a new curriculum for the high school. But for the university one, we haven't yet. Yes.
So thank you. I also have one question. Did you so apply. So the learning as connection or the learning as connection was finding that should be implemented.
What we did, we applied it within the university, and we find that it was very workable. And what we need now is to produce a module to help our colleagues in natural sciences and mathematics.
But those results were applied to a population that were using that approach of learning as connection, or
the population of the students we used were from our department. They were just from those students who are doing education, mathematics and natural science.
But did you apply this approach of learning as connection, or so the idea is just implement? So that was the way you introduced these environmental awareness issues. So
we applied it.
So okay. So you applied it, and then you asked the students.
We asked the students afterwards.
Oh,
At the same time, we have continued applying it, and the students are doing research now that is connected. Their research is no longer like looking at this teaching methodology, how effective it is. They are now trying to bring in society issues into our research. Because right now, I've got a student who is supervising. She's looking at alcohol and chemistry, the effect of alcohol, the chemistry of alcohol. Yes. On the society, but it's in chemistry teaching.
I think the question he's trying to put across is the title of the work is Learning as a Connection. So he is trying to find out the process, whether you applied the process of learning as a connection in that research. But from my understanding, it's not a procedure per se. It is when you look at it from the concept of sustainability, that bringing down the concept to the level the students will see it, see the applicability in their environment. Learning will no longer be abstract. It becomes a connection of what you meet in your environment and what you already have an idea of. That is the connection I think you can put us through if I'm not...
Yeah, no, I think I understand, but so I wanted to know more or less how you structure so the syllabus according to this approach of learning as connection.
In the university, I said yes.
Yeah.
And with the curriculum, we informed the curriculum developers who have changed the syllabus for the high school, secondary school as well. They have put in civic issues now in the syllabuses.
So the questionnaire is in which you saw that there are people, so students from physics and students from biology and so on. All those were people outside the syllabus that was transformed in this sense, right?
Yes.
Okay, then. Okay, yeah. That was so my the difficulty that I have just to. No, but I see this. You have any questions?
Well, I don't know. I don't know. Actually, I don't know what a syllabus is. So I'm so sorry, but I don't know. How do you translate it?
It's a guideline of what you want to teach, or a course outline.
Oh,
a course outline.
It's a major component of the course.
Okay.
So for one specific course.
For one.
So,
for example, I don't know. Did you consider to ask the students something about the relationship between social issues, ecological issues, and the international relationship between different countries. For example, northern countries and southern countries. You know what I mean? Okay.
We considered it because when you are saying sustainable issues being integrated into the science education curriculum for teachers, is going beyond environmental global issues. Of course, global issues are there because it's affecting everybody, like climate change and all that. We're also looking at other issues like democracy, like international relationships, national issues as well.
Okay. So thank you very much, Royda, for that very interesting introduction and to your research and to your work. And so we keep in touch because tomorrow we are continuing actually. So with a different perspective and different issues. Okay, so
Thank you.
Okay,
So-
thank you.
thank you,
You're
thank you, Samuel, Teresa, Royda. Bye bye.